Louise Quinn, good morning to you. We're going to have Louise on the line, I think, in just a moment. We're going to chat to the Birmingham. Louise, good morning to you.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Sorry, you weren't talking to me
Take
there.
two. That's our fault, I'm sure. How are you getting on? Can you hear us there all right?
Yeah. You're talking to me. Okay.
We are. We're live on air.
Oh, we are there.
We
All
are.
right.
We're up and running. How's the form?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. How are things with you?
Good. You're 9 or 10 games into the championship season. There was a bit of chat, obviously, before the start of the season that you might have hopped from Birmingham City and taken the opportunity to stay in the WSL, but you stayed. How have you found the level over that time?
Yeah. Listen, I've been really pleased. I think even just the level that we have in the club now, the players that we brought in have been, really high quality. We also brought in a brilliant assistant coach in Joe Potter, who just has all the experience of WSL level, international level. I think it just really works. And I think just the level of the championship has really, come up in the last 2-3 years. And you can see it, the games are not easy. Everything is competitive. And you really just you can see a lot of the, WSL players filtering down as well. But it just brings that kind of strength and experience to the league. And it's something where, thankfully the clubs are trying to really support these championship teams as well to get up and be at the top level, and they're just trying to support women's football.
Bit of an Irish contingent, Louise, at Birmingham City, which is always nice, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've a really good bunch, and Harriet, Lucy, Jamie, obviously, and then Eleanor has she's gone on loan now. Unfortunate for the team because she's an absolutely brilliant teammate, brilliant character, but she just hasn't maybe got the minutes that she wanted and at times maybe deserved. So she's gone to Coventry now, but we'll miss her a lot. But it's a strong Irish crew, definitely.
I remember chatting to Emma Byrne before one of the qualifiers out in Tala, and we were talking about, it was pre-match chat, we were talking about what the options were up front, and I had mentioned something to do with Quinn up front, and she was like, oh, you must have misspoken, Lucy Quinn surely you're talking about. I was like, no, what about Louise Quinn? What has it done for your game? 32 is not by any stretch, and centre backs definitely tend to knock a bit more out of the game, Louise, maybe than other areas of the pitch. What has it done for your game in terms of your style of play and that kind of thing?
I think even now it's I've gone through phases where obviously let's say you're playing with Arsenal, you're very much in control of the ball, and then moved around. Sometimes in Ireland, with the Irish team, it's not the case. And then we'll say even with Blues last year, it was it was trying to survive. It was some absolute defending bodies on the line sort of stuff. Whereas now again we have a lot of control of the ball. So again it's just bringing me a different aspect of how I kind of can control the ball, see the pitch, make sure I'm picking the right passes with quality. You know what I mean? And that's the constant standards we're trying to keep, at Blues as well. So for me, it's that sort of playing style, but then also just captaining the team and having to lead kind of differently from last year to this year as well. And so you're just learning a lot about players and a lot about yourself as well. It is just still really enjoyable. I just love playing, my football at the moment. And 32 is, it's nothing.
It's the new 25 is what we're saying.
Yeah.
We'd Shabana Hearn on the show last night, Louise, and she was talking about sort of the competitiveness and like the injury updates and stuff around the Ireland squad with the World Cup in mind. Is it in your mind weekly now, or what's your relationship with the thoughts about that at the minute?
The thoughts about the World Cup are constantly there. Definitely weekly, probably daily at some days, to be honest. It's just it's still this just sense of achievement and excitement and something, when you are a footballer, as much as you go in and you do your hours training, it is 24/7. It's it's down to what you eat, it's down to what you do, it's how you recover and rest, and so you're constantly thinking about those things. And But for us, then it's obviously just making sure that we get into the February camp and have a good camp there, get in fit, healthy, get the crew back together, and that's what's most important for now. But it's it's difficult not to think to the summer and what hopefully could be.
You won't be thinking too much on Sunday about Arsenal Chelsea and the record attendance, and I'm sure you'll probably pick up on it afterwards given your connections and interest, I'm sure, as well. But humour us for a minute and talk to us a little bit about it, if you will. It's first against second. It's set up brilliantly, really, and again the expectation of potentially a record crowd.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I'm gutted. I might only get to see the first few minutes. We have our own game, but it just seems to be, the tightest it's been in the league, for a long, long time. And you don't know which way it's going to go. I think Arsenal's ability, I think Arsenal do, and, maybe sometimes still can have this mental kind of block against Chelsea. But I feel like in the last, season or so, they've really started to overcome it. And I think, you'll see a really good Arsenal. Obviously, missing Viv and Beth it could be detrimental, but I think as well, Arsenal do have a good bit of that depth now. They've made some really, really good signings. So for me, you can obviously see that I'm maybe pushing. I definitely want Arsenal to win the game. I'd love to see them go and win the title. But then also Chelsea's squad depth is, they really could make two teams, out of that squad, to be honest. And Emma Hayes just always has them ticking, and mentally, physically, they're always there. So it's just really going to have to come down to potentially who wants it more, and then who can really bring out just their individual kind of skill on the day. It could be luck, but I think it's just going to have to be they're going to have to just put their total ability and talent into that game.
Was interested to see the news yesterday, Louise, about Eileen Gleeson being appointed the new head of women and girls football by the FAI. I mean, her CV speaks for itself. No better person for the job. And then Tom Elms and Andy Holt being made full time as well ahead of the World Cup. Really positive moves. What did you make of the news?
Yeah, exactly. Just really positive. It's a role that's extremely needed, and what's going to push the game forward. And as you say, I think Eileen just has, she's had her eyes and ears everywhere. In the last few years in Ireland, she knows the league like the back of her hand. She now knows, how the international setup is run. So for me, she's perfectly assigned to that. She's, incredibly intelligent and talented, and really kind of just sees, some of the football world a bit different, and can make, I think she can make a real difference. And obviously for the lads there, listen, Tom and Andy are absolutely brilliant. It's completely deserved. Should have, would have wanted it to happen a long time ago, but they've worked so hard. They're brilliant for the team. They do everything and anything for us. So for, that's it's brilliant for them.
It's good to see that focus being put into it as well to the summer, because there is the legacy from the World Cup as well. Already there's going to be a legacy from yourselves qualifying for the World Cup, but if you could even win a couple of games, progress through the group stages, I mean, that's going to do incalculable things for the future of women's football and football generally in Ireland.
Yeah, and listen, that's the plan. We're not going into it just to take part and make up the numbers. We really feel like we can, get some results. And we make games very frustrating for teams, and and now we really know how to defend our goal. Not conceding, many goals at all in the last few games, but now we know how to get ourselves on the score sheet as well. So for us, it's extremely exciting. We know that we can do something, but we also know it's going to be, I think, as the time approaches, I feel, the feelings may change a bit, the nerves may kick in a lot more to something that we just haven't experienced before. But again, I think we've learned a lot in the last, year or two. And for us, it's just about, yeah, making sure we stick together, and that it's, that past experiences for us, Ukraine Graham exactly as an example. That's something that we've built on and kind of been able to build our mentality on as well. So it's going to be tough, but of course we want to change the way women's football is going in Ireland.
You need to get out the gap. You're what sort of a session? You've Sheffield United on Sunday. Is it light enough today, or what will you do?
It'll be a little bit of a mix. It'll be kind of small sided stuff. So small, intense, sharp sort of stuff.
Centre back getting up the pitch to knock in a few goals is what I'm hearing.
That's it, exactly, yeah. It's going to be small sided games. You can pass the ball out wide and then run in the box yourself. So that's the plan.
Long way continue. Louise, thanks a million for jumping on.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks a lot. Louise Quinn, Republic of Ireland and Birmingham City defender. Exciting times, obviously, for her over the course of the season, and I'm sure the thoughts of World Cup for Louise and for the other players as well as the season goes on, even from an injury point of view. Like, there's lots of little niggles around, and even, selfishly from our point, we need the likes of Louise Quinn fit and healthy.
Yeah, when you look at the likes of Arsenal with all the ACL injuries, you don't want any of that happening. So touch wood, it doesn't happen.